What's up, y'all? Coach Dan Palacios of Kinetic Training here on Kinetic Coaching. We're with Joe Drake today of Axiom Fitness Academy. The really cool thing about this is actually about a 10 or 11 year relationship. I first met Joe at Florida Atlantic University when I was starting my personal training career. He was a master's student, I was a bachelor's student, and he introduced me to the personal training world. So this is really a really interesting and serendipitous, full circle God moment for me. I like to validate everything according to the sort of spirituality involved with it. So it's really cool to have this opportunity to speak with you today. So how did you find me on Instagram, first of all, in the sort of Instasphere?
It's like I said, I always realize how closely connected we really are. As I'm just like, this person's friends with this person, and somehow it comes across here. And you know what? I've just honestly been doing more investigation for myself, even into the non-traditional world of training. Outside of the black and white box that we all learn. And somehow, whether it was through maybe one of the equipment companies or something, I'm like, this guy looks pretty interesting. Let me check his stuff out. And then come to find out you were down here in South Florida. So I was like, all right, I got to reach out to this guy.
Yeah, man, we're making those local connections. And like you said, sort of non-traditional mindset. How can we apply more efficient, more effective ways of moving and just helping people connect with movement beyond just dumbbells and barbells and squats and curls and lunges and things of that nature.
Although I do like curls.
We love all, you got to love curls for the girls and curls for the squirrels. But that's neither here nor there. A lot of what we're going to go through today is very integrative mindset on not just the tools themselves, but also movement that's efficient and effective, primarily for the tactical athlete. I work a lot with tactical people down here in South Florida, Broward Police Academy, and different aspects of military. So we're going to talk a lot about the functionality of biomechanics, integrative movement, how to be more locomotive in a sense that we want to be not only survivable, but lethal. And at least very capable of neutralizing a threat, ideally by non-lethal means, but if necessary, we need to be able to either, as a civilian, protect ourselves, be situationally aware, right? Have the cognition and the vision and the auditory stimulus under control so that we know what's going on around us, and then how to protect ourselves should that event horizon occur where we actually do need to get physical. So that's a lot of what our mindset is behind the training today, and we're going to do some really interesting exercises and work with some really interesting tools, including a firearm as well as a blade to help you work through some of that. So how's that sound?
I'm in, man. Let's do it.
Very cool. So make sure to check this out, guys. We're also going to drop Joe Drake's information on Instagram as well as YouTube, website for Axiom Fitness Academy, and we're going to take you through some really fun integrated tactical work. Check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got Joe Drake, Axiom Fitness Academy here at Kinetic Training for some rapid tactical response training. We're going to go through a simulated stress round here. How do you feel so far, Joe?
Good, man. I'm ready to rock.
All right, let's do it. So we're hitting the surge, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, alternating push-pull. I'll tell you when to switch legs. Now here we go. We see a lot of good coiling going on, right? Great movement. Pivot that toe forward as you rotate, push off that hip, drawing the one side back as you push the one side forward. Switch legs for me. Focusing on getting that heart rate up. Utilize that nasal breathing for intra-workout recovery. Manage that stress response. You'll notice we have the breath belt on there, right? So we're working against that just as much as we're working against anything else. And 3, 2, 1, excellent work. Rest. We're going to jog it over to the rope flex. Okay, now that we're on the rope flex, we're reaching high, coiling low, alternating as you pull. Let's go faster hands, faster hands, faster hands. Reaching, pulling, reaching, pulling, reaching, pulling. There we go. Coil into it as you go. Focus on that nasal breathing as your productive recovery while you're working. Now you can see he's winding that hand forward on the one side as he pulls back on the other side. And we're now already, I didn't even have to tell you, beautiful stuff here, rotating and pivoting from one side of the body to the other. He's not staying too glued into the ground. We got to get you off your heels to work effectively. Now lash that rope around the back side of the rope flex there on that middle wheel. Lock it in, and you're going to pull that. Get it under there, there you go. Pulling it to you now, alternating horizontal pulls. Get a little closer. Open up that back a little bit, extend that spine, right? Push the chest out, drawing back, still pivoting through the feet. We're working now, we're working. How you feeling?
That's why I'm rolling, man. The barn workout.
That's it, that's it. Functionality at its finest. And we're 3, 2, 1. Productive recovery in between. Let's go into our sternum rub. Reflexive performance reset, RPR. We're just getting that central nervous system firing back up, bringing the body back down to a more objective state. Go out of sympathetic dominance into parasympathetic state. Allow the body to relax. Right? Hit the back of that head. Both sides with the thumb. Both hands at the same time. There we go. And back of the jawline. Right under that jaw, right where the earlobe meets the jawbone. There we go. All right, that's going to get our glutes firing a little bit better so we can anchor in on this isometric royal coil here. Elbow locked in. We're going 3 reps, 5 seconds on each side. Find that angle of attack. Attack me with your eyes. Left foot forward. Switch the legs. Here we go. Elbow to the hip. Arm up in the air. Eyes on me. Here you go. Drive that elbow in. Feel that lat engage. Look at the rooting. Get more into the toe. Big toe, 5th metatarsal. Lateral sling through that gluteus medius. Lat glute relationship engaged. Lengthening that right side while we engage that left side. Relax. Go a little further. Breathe into it as you go. Looking good, looking strong. Let's go. Drill deep on it, drill deep on it. Another, a little further. Find that angle of attack. Working force vectors, working angles, working against that elastic resistance as opposed to static or dead weight resistance of a dumbbell or a barbell. Those little micro contractions are doing much more than you think from a central nervous system perspective. And relax on that side, switch sides. Right? Yeah, exactly. Well, you're far more aware of your lats. Now, typically in a traditional environment, how do we get people to understand their lats? What do? Lat pull downs. Right? How many people are engaging more forearm and bicep before they ever touch their lat? Here, we're disengaging the hand, we're getting the forearms out of it, and we're focusing on that actual lat and glute relationship that makes us a much more effective locomotor, right? Much more effective mover. In this case, it's tactical, all right? Focusing on practical survivability, lethality, teaching someone to be very capable and very dangerous, or at very least capable of creating a protective response against a potentially lethal threat. Whether or not you neutralize that threat by non-lethal or lethal means is up to you, but you better damn well understand how to apply your body's force against their body's force in a number of ways. Drive that elbow in. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, we're going right into our linear landmine coil. My guy Alex Kanellis of Landmine U, he's the one who kind of pioneered a lot of this stuff, so a lot of fun to be had once he comes down. We're going to have a lot of fun once he's around, but attack your target. Eyes on target. There you go. Pick your target, attack it. Get off that heel, make sure you're on the toes. Right? Get that landmark of that hip and elbow. Lat and glute. Boom. Catching to the other side. Excellent. Very nice. Keep it going, keep it going. Right. Very martial intent here. We're teaching you how to throw a very powerful, explosive strike with linear, with horizontal, with rotational intent all at once. Right? Engage and close distance on a target in a very efficient and effective way. Left side, or right side. My left side, your right side. Let's see it. Boom. Attack that target. Very nice. Now look at that. In just one set, we haven't even talked about it very much. You're off the heels. We've already reprogrammed you to be more lethal and have a better chance of survivability in just one set. Look at that. Great spinal engine driven movement. A lot of power from that right foot up through that right hip and rib cage, down, catching on the left, driving hard from the right. Beautiful. Very good, very good. Excellent. Very nice. And rest. Productive recovery. Right back to our RPR drills. Hit the sternum. Belly breathing. Hit that rib cage. Pound on the psoas through the breath belt. Really pound, 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 pound. Yeah, there you go. All right, just abuse yourself just a little bit, right? Feel it, engage in it, drill deep into it. It doesn't hurt, feels good actually, right? Back of the skull, back of the jawline, getting those glutes firing again, right? Very nice, very nice. And recover. All right, so we're gonna engage our firearm. Again, we have the Mantis X system. Oh, actually, let's put the clip in there. Drive that in there. Push that in for me. Okay, we're gonna engage the firearm with the Mantis X system here. We're gonna hit start. All right, we have our Laser X system. It's gonna tell us where our placement is, and then the Mantis system is gonna tell us where the scoring is. So let's look for where that shot is landing. We're aiming for that circle of the R. Pull that trigger harder. Rack that slide every time. There we go. There it is. Pull. Pull. There it is. Nice. You see how much harder when the simulated stress is setting in, right? There we go. That's a 70, right? Lock it back in. Nice pull, 86. 67, rearrange your shots. Focus on breathing through the pull. 89, very nice, keep pulling. Excellent, take 2 more shots. 76, 1 more. Very nice, 80, rest. Rack the slide, firearm nozzle down range. Firearm is safe. All right, and again, so those are some of the protocols that we want to see when it comes to firearm safety and applying proper trigger pull. So we're going to put the blade in the pocket, start to engage the target, snap the blade. All right, and let's see it. Switch your stance, put that blade out in front. There we go, right foot forward. Now here's the trick here. When it comes to blade defense and blade offense, we want the blade to be the closest thing to the target. We don't want to fight from what is our traditional fighting stance. So if we're using our blade in our right hand as a righty, then we're actually going to have to fight southpaw. And that's something that you have to engage in and work both sides. Be comfortable with working that blade in tight groupings and tight spacing. You don't need to move hard when it comes to blade training, all right, and utilizing a blade. You don't have to stab hard, you don't have to slice hard. You just have to keep your groupings tight and maintain distance with that target. The blade is there to do the work. You just have to stay relaxed and keep a tight enough grip to work that blade. We're gonna go for 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Very nice. Blade is disengaged. Blade is safe. Very nice work, sir. How'd that feel?
Harder than I thought it'd be.
Yeah. Right?
The trigger pull was definitely more challenging as you got to the end, just to actually get the full.
Yeah, get that full pull. When your system is taxed, right? You're already sweating. Your grip is tired. Your brain is tired. You're thinking about all that different stuff except how to actually pull that trigger. It just makes it a little bit harder, a little bit more effort. But hesitation is what we need to eliminate. We need to be able to identify, respond, react, and execute in a very short period of time, and ideally keep everyone in the situation as safe as possible, even if that means protecting someone who's trying to take your life. That's the trouble of being a police officer these days. So, very cool, very cool. Very good work, man. All right, ladies and gents, that does it for Kinetic Coaching for the day with my man, Coach Joe Drake from Axiom Fitness Academy. We went through a full simulated stress tactical circuit, but how did you feel about just the circuit in general, what your body felt during the exercise in the fully integrated circuit as opposed to the broken down circuit, right? Going rapid fire from one exercise to the next. What did you feel? What was difficult? What was easy? And how did you feel about it throughout the entire round?
Definitely. I feel like a little, obviously, cumulative fatigue, especially by the time we got to the tactical side at the end.
Right.
Realizing like how much it all adds up in a short period of time. But from one to the next, it was like, especially the banded coiling, it led me into the other ones as well, where by the end, it's like, that it became natural to feel those muscles engage versus when I first started, it just wasn't something I was thinking about. So
right.
I feel like as I went from move to move, helped me kind of get in tune with that and just do it without thinking about it so much.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're looking for the general population community, civilians, people who are just going about their day, just as much as we're looking for the tactical community, which is to say we want the movements that we're doing in coding and programming into our workouts to do a great job of naturalizing movement and helping the body to better understand what helps us to perform efficiently and effectively no matter what we're doing, whether we're driving our car, sitting at the desk, getting up to get our coffee, go to the bathroom, have an argument with our spouse or our boss, whatever it may be, all of these biomechanical principles still apply. So the Weck method coiling core and spinal engine movements, the firearms training, the tactical training, the locomotive, the landmine U type training, all of it principally applies and can be layered one on top of the other to make you better, whether you're a civilian or military and law enforcement. And what was really cool from the coaching side, is if I can say, is that I could definitely see you tapping into and tuning into those things the second round, and you already had that immediate response and connection.
A little bit more thinking about where I was
right.
Yeah,
and it really didn't even look like you were thinking about it. It looked like it was more naturally happening as part of that progression. So what's great about it is you can see how if you coach it properly and you apply it properly as the individual actually doing the exercise, your body will respond very quickly. And my question will be over time is, if we continue to layer this and program this in, is how can we reprogram people to make that their natural response rather than their thought response, their intellect-driven response? Will it be the primal instinct, or will it be something I have to think about to do it? And that's the fun of what we do here at Kinetic Training.
I love it, man. I had a lot of fun. And I feel like the other thing, too, is you can't not be engaged the whole time, right? I'm not checking out on my...
Not dropping the brain in the bucket.
Bro. in it to win it the whole time, which is awesome. I enjoy it a lot.
Right. A lot of thought and intent-driven training, keeping you engaged in what it is you're doing in the moment, which is actually great from a stress perspective, right? For the average person, I'm actually in tunnel vision mode on purpose, but I'm really thinking about what it is I'm doing here, and I'm not thinking about the other things that stress me out in life, which is a beautiful thing. Nice. Catharsis in its own right. So I really appreciate you joining me out here today, man. It was really great to reconnect with you after 11 years. Make sure to head over to axiomfitnessacademy.com.
You got it.
Beautiful. And follow Joe Drake on Instagram. I'm going to drop his linkage as well as Instagram, as well as his website on the YouTube and an Instagram. And we'll see you next time, y'all, here on Kinetic Training and Kinetic Coaching. Live kinetically. Boom.